It was a quiet autumn evening in 1987 when the Miller family was last seen alive. John Miller, his wife Diane, and their 2 children left their home in rural Indiana for a short drive to visit relatives. They never arrived. The next morning, a farmer discovered their car abandoned on a dirt road near the woods. The doors were unlocked, the keys were still in ignition, and inside were Diane's purse and the children's toys. But the family was gone. Police immediately launched an investigation. There were no signs of a struggle in the car, no blood, no fingerprints from strangers. It was as if the Millers had simply vanished into thin air. Neighbors recalled hearing strange noises that night, the sound of an engine revving and then suddenly stopping, followed by distant shouting. One local hunter even reported seeing flashlight beams moving deep into the woods around midnight. Search teams combed through the forests and fields for days. They found small traces, a child's shoe, a torn piece of fabric that seemed to match Diane's jacket. But no bodies, no clear answers. Suspicion first fell on John Miller himself. Detectives wondered if he had planned to harm his own family, but relatives and co-workers described him as a kind and devoted father. With no evidence against him, the theory quickly collapsed. Attention then turned to a drifter who had been spotted in the area. He was known to police, with a history of violence and trespassing. But when questioned, he denied everything, and again, no hard evidence was found. Months turned into years. The Millers' disappearance became one of Indiana's most notorious cold cases. Newspaper headlines called it the vanished family, and the community was haunted by unanswered questions. In 1994, hikers stumbled upon a shallow grave near the riverbank, less than 10 miles from where the car had been found. Inside were the remains of Diane and one of the children. The other 2 members of the family were still missing. The discovery raised more questions than answers. Why were only 2 bodies buried? Where were John and his other child? And who had gone to the effort of hiding the remains so close to the original crime scene? Forensic testing revealed that Diane and her child had both died from blunt force trauma. The case was officially reclassified from missing persons to homicide. Rumors spread that John himself might have been responsible, and that after killing part of his family, he had fled with the other child. Others believed he, too, was murdered and his body hidden more carefully. In 2001, another breakthrough came. Construction workers digging near an abandoned farmhouse unearthed human bones. They were later identified as John Miller. That left only one, the youngest child, Emily. Her body has never been found, and her fate remains unknown to this day. Theories abound. Some believe Emily was kidnapped and raised under another identity. Others insist her remains are still buried somewhere near the woods. The truth may never be uncovered. The case of the Miller family remains one of the darkest and most unsettling mysteries in American history. For people set out for a short family visit, and within hours, their lives were erased in a way that defies explanation. Even today, more than 3 decades later, locals still whisper about the night the Millers disappeared. And somewhere, hidden behind the silence, lies the answer to a question that has haunted investigators for generations. What really happened to the Miller family?